Hello, everyone. It's me, KP. I'm here in my studio, the man and the maker, home of Art Foamies. And I'm here for Daily Heart. Or no, not Daily Heart. What am I here for? You're all going to laugh at me. I just know. I'm here for ArtFoamies Fun Friday. ArtFoamies Fun Friday. Yes, that's what I'm here for. And I'm a little like all crazy because it's at 4 instead of 5 and it's throwing me off. I'm so happy to see that it's not throwing all of you off and that you're here. Monica, welcome. Yes, 4 p.m. Central. It is going to be at 4 p.m. Central throughout the year. We're trying it to see if everybody's okay with this time, and we have something special on Fridays after ArtFoamies Fun Friday. For any of my patrons, we're going to have an after party. So I hope that you all received the link in Patreon to go to an after party at 5 p.m. If you're free, you can come on over for a happy hour. Okay, so Monica is here. Rini is here. Bernadette, welcome. Wendy, welcome, Wendy. Who else? Jan is here. Catherine, Pam, Diana. Oh my gosh, we have a great group. Mary Lynn, Patty is here. Ginger is here. Sue, D, Cecilia, so far. Yes, Megan is here. All right, so let's see. Oh no, Bernadette. Okay, well, I'll message you after, and we'll try to figure it out. And I'll send you the Zoom link just privately, okay? Just don't let me forget. Just private message me if you can. And then as soon as we're finished here, I'll take care of that, okay? CHAG, yay! And so the other thing that we're going to do, I don't know how many of you remember back, I guess it was in the summer when I don't really remember, to be honest. I'm not even going to try to guess. We used to do a little drawing. Oh, my t-shirt. I'll tell you about it in just a minute. I didn't make it. I just bought it on Mercari. I'll tell you about Mercari. But okay. So anyway, now I forgot what I was going to say. I do this every time. Let's see. What was I even talking about? Oh my gosh, my mind is like a sieve. Okay, I'll just tell you about my t-shirt. My t-shirt is just a Rolling Stones t-shirt that I found on Mercari. I love Mercari. I don't know how many of you have ever shopped on Mercari, but it is just a website, or it's kind of like if eBay and Etsy had a baby. It's sort of like you can go garage sailing while sitting on your couch on your phone. So anyway, I really love Mercari, and I've bought a lot of great treasures on there. Oh yeah, I was talking about, yes, the drawings that I used to do. We used to do a drawing. We would ask a question. Anybody that's here can answer the question. And then we're going to do a drawing for the demo pack. Okay. The demo pack can consist of whatever stamps I've demoed with and the art that I made from the demo. So, and some weeks it might be a lot, some weeks it might be just a little, but it's really a wonderful way to do something fun and to share all that stuff that I really don't need to keep on my desk, right? So we're going to start the drawings back again, because what was happening is we were doing the drawing and then we weren't announcing it till the week after. And so then it would just get forgotten or something would happen. And so now, since we're going to have the after party, we're going to have the drawing in the after party, okay? You do not need to be a patron to win. You just need to be present at the live stream, okay? I just want you to know that. It's open to all. You can still win even if you're not a patron, okay? But the after party is for patrons only, because we're going to finish, like, sometimes I start art pieces or I don't finish, because I feel like I'm taking too long, which a lot of times I do take too long. But I figured this way, well, it's Friday night. It's a celebration. We can go over, have a happy hour. If you like to have a glass of wine, you can do that. If you like to have a cup of tea, you can do that. But you can come over and get makey with me, because again, for those of you who are my patrons, you know that we do Daily Heart every day. And I'm not going to do Daily Heart on Fridays anymore. I'm going to spend the whole day getting ready for ArtFoamies Fun, and then we're going to have an after party instead. I just wanted to switch things up and and just do something different. Yes, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Wendy. Thanks for keeping me on track, because you see my mind is already like in another place well before the words are out of my mouth. So, all right, let me just stop for a moment and read the comments. Yes, and if you have any questions, please ask. Also, the after party, I think, will give everybody a great chance to chat about, you know, the new stamps, if there are any, ask any questions. Also, if we do have a guest artist, you know, maybe the guest artist will come to the after party. I think it's going to be a great way to just enjoy Fridays. It's going to be a lot better for me. Well, it's not that it's all about me, but that way I'll have Friday days, you know, to get ready for ArtFoamies Fun. Yes, Mercari, I will type it. Let me see. Yes, Jan just typed it. Let me type it also. It's Mercari, and it is, again, sort of like if Etsy and eBay had a little baby. And I have so many great treasures that I have purchased, some of which I'm going to be sharing with you and talking about. I want to stop again and just say hello to Marjorie, to Janice, to Ginger. Who else? I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, please forgive me. You know, I never would miss saying hello to you on purpose. I'm so excited that you're here. I hope that you know I look forward to Fridays and love getting makey with all of you. So I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to talk about what, you know, our demo tonight and what we're doing, how we're sort of switching things up. I have a bunch of stuff to share with you. So super excited. All right. So again, just reminding you because it's going to be new for a lot of people, we are going to be ending approximately at 5 p.m. For anybody who is my patron, you should receive a link to go to a Zoom after our live here. If you do not receive that link, please go straight to Patreon. You should be able to see the link there. And you can always private message me if you have any other questions or thoughts. Okay. I'm going to turn the camera around, and I'm going to show you some of the things that we were talking about. Some of the things. Now, I realize some of this stuff are things that we are doing together as projects and demonstrations in my daily heart on my Patreon. Again, I know it, you know, I can't help the crossover, okay, between my art and ArtFoamies and Patreon. So please forgive me. If you do not want to join Patreon, I by no means do I want to, you know, hold you, you know, of course, there's no obligation. And I understand, you know, maybe this ArtFoamies Fun Friday is enough makey with me per week. And that is awesome too. You know, it's not that I want you to miss out on anything, but I also, I have my Patreon as a separate place because, you know, I do other art besides ArtFoamies. And also I have to make my own separate living because running a small business doesn't always just do it by itself. Anyway, so there are going to be some crossover. And so for that, but I do try to be sharing. And of course, if you have any questions, you know, you can always reach out to me. I will always be sharing with you. So in our daily hearts, okay, we are doing Rolodex art this year. For many of you who have been following me for a long time, then you know I do a daily gratitude. And so this year, I am going to be doing my daily gratitudes and my sort of affirmations in a Rolodex. This is a vintage Rolodex. This particular one, now many of you are familiar with Rolodexes, and they have all different sorts, okay? They have small ones, they have larger ones, they have ones that are in cases that have lids, they have ones that are on wheels that have covers. I chose this one, and again, I did get it on Mercari. Okay, so this one I love. It is very heavy. This particular one, I will just tell you, it cost me about 40 bucks. I'm sure I recently also just went to a thrift shop and I found a small plastic Rolodex for $1. So if you're interested in doing Rolodex art, whether or not you are a patron of mine, you know, please feel free. I am not the inventor of this. Obviously, lots of people do artwork on their Rolodex cards. I just have, you know, my own take on it and my own thoughts, especially when it comes to using ArtFoamies. So this, again, hopefully will inspire you and give you some ideas. And I am going to share with you how I like to embellish a couple cards. Again, we will be doing things like this throughout the year. And sometimes I may pull them out and share them with you because it's a lot of fun. And of course, lots of mixed media makeys, right? So this, again, I'm doing multiples for different reasons. This one is going to be my daily journal. And then I have another one, a small, and this one is really heavy and hefty. Again, it came with all these blank cards. It came with the tabs and the dividers. I happened to change the tabs and dividers and put the days of the, or the months, you know, of the year instead of alphabetized, because, you know, most of these were used for contacts. So they generally have like alphabetics, or, you know, what am I trying to say? They usually are in alphabetical order. So I took all mine apart and just put the days of the, or what I keep saying, days of week, the months of the year. Anyway, a couple cards to share with you, made with ArtFoamies. Okay, super fun. I love to add on. One of the reasons I did not want a Rolodex that had a cover or a case was because I want to be able to make my cards, you know, different heights. And so this gives me the freedom to do that. And I also like to be able to rifle through and just be able to see my cards at a glance. It really makes me happy. And here you can see I've done a few of my gratitudes and things like that. And here I am going to share with you a couple of the cards I made using my art. Actually, all these are made with ArtFoamies. If you can see this one here, done with the imprint pad, the dots of dashes, and then this has the topper that is made from last week's releases, new 100 proof press ArtFoamies. And then for those of you who have seen the angel, here she is. And I didn't want to glue her in there, so I just made a little pocket so that I can keep her in there. Great way too, if you are doing if you want to keep your Rolodex for contacts, you can also do things like that, like put your contact on the back of something like that and keep it in a little card. It does not have to be in the traditional way, right? So another great, I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to pull this out because I am going to do a little demonstration for you just to show you a couple of the cards, okay? And I also wanted to show you a couple other Rolodexes. So this is the one I bought at a thrift shop for $1. Okay, and again, it's just a little plastic sort of base. It had all these cards. It did not have tabs, and it wasn't in the best shape, but it was $1. So I figure, you know, I can still have a lot of fun with this, and it is the smaller size. For those of you who are interested in doing Rolodex, you know, as a journal or as, you know, whatever, arting up your Rolodex, just keep in mind there are a couple different sizes. There is a petite, which is about a 2 1/4 by 4 inch card. Okay. And then there is a larger one that is about a 3 by 5 card. And the holes do matter. Okay. Or the spots where the holes are punched out do matter. So your large cards will not fit on your smaller Rolodex. So just keep that in mind, okay? So again, I bought this one for $1 because I thought, oh, that will be fun to make smaller cards. Maybe I will do recipes on this one, or I have a few different ideas. I think it is a great way to do journaling and to keep track of different, things in and around the studio, and it just keeps it not only at your fingertips, but it's also really nice because it's sort of bite-sized. You can do a lot of art pretty much at one time. And you can, it's manageable is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I really, really love it. And I hope that you will get your hands on one and you will do one. So here's my other size. I got another one again on Mercari. This one was for $6. And it is a little bit larger. Again, I'm going to be arting these up completely. I'm going to do stickers or some kind of mixed media here on the sides. And the nice thing is that you can also take artwork from your friends or, from your contacts. You can do trades and swaps. Here is a piece from my dear friend, Wendy Aspinall. She made me this for my birthday. It was actually my birthday card. And so I want to keep it where I can see it and have it. So I went ahead and I actually cut the card in half. I kept her little words here. I did have to punch into her name. But it's okay. At least I'll always remember. So I went ahead and I cut off the back. I cut it. I punched it out and I glued it onto the back so that I can now keep it right in my little Rolodex. Okay. Here's one I wanted to share with you too. And I don't know if you remember last week from 100 Proof Press. This was one of the new the new ArtFoamies made from the 100 Proof Press designs. And I went ahead and put her all together. I cut her out. I went ahead also, I put her on a light box and traced on the back. Okay, so if you have something like that and you want it to be two-sided, you can just flip it over and put it on a light box and you can trace right over. And then I cut her out and I put her right on my little Rolodex. So you could send this to a friend with your information, your phone number, your address, maybe your social media and your website or whatever information that you want, and send it. This would also make such a cute Valentine, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and make a fun little Rolodex card here. I do have, let's see, I pulled one out and I made myself one just a little bit larger. Okay. So, a couple things. I am very fortunate. I was able to obtain a punch, okay, that actually punches the Rolodex holes for the large size. They are not easy to find at all. I know many of you know about or have seen. They have had different punches. Heidi Swap has a little thing called a Memory Dex punch that does punch the smaller size. So if you can get your hands on some kind of punch, it's great. If not, it's okay. Never fear. You can always... All right, here, I'm just trying to find another piece of paper here about the same size. Get yourself... Oops, thought I had some cut out. Of course not. Here, you know what? I'm just going to get a little, what do you call it? Index card. That's about the same size, about a 3x5. Oh, Carissa, I'm so sorry. Nice to see you. I wonder, did you have a bad link or what? Anyway, so a couple things you could do. If you want to make your own cards out, your own Rolodex cards, of course, you can get whatever size Rolodex paper or, card that you have. So whether it's if it's a small one, then you would want to get your small. Okay. And then, of course, do it on a smaller piece of paper. If you have a large one, then you're going to line it up. And I love to use like watercolor paper or mixed media paper, something like that. So, and of course, so you can just hold it over the top. You can trace those out and cut them right out. You know, maybe just use a smaller little scissors and go ahead. And it's not going to give you a perfect, you know, a perfect Rolodex cutout, of course. It's going to be kind of crude, but it doesn't really matter. You know, it's going to work. And you can always, you know, fussy cut it a little bit better if you want to, okay? The other thing that you can do, and I've seen, I actually saw somebody do a little video. She just took her cardstock or her, you know, solid piece of paper, and she took her Rolodex card, okay, and she took her regular hole punch, regular standard hole punch, and just punched a couple times into the bigger hole, and then just cut the little slit out. Here, I think I have it here. So actually something like this crocodile one works great because you can open it, you can see the little hole, you can punch it a couple times. Again, it's not perfect, but you know, whatever works if you do not have a Rolodex punch. You know, you're, excuse me, you're making them, you know, all arted up. So it doesn't really matter. It's not going to show, right? Yeah, you look at that. It's perfectly fine. Okay. So it slides, it moves. Now I don't know what I did with it. It's in there somewhere, but it moves around fine. You know, it stays in place. It's just, and it doesn't show. So it doesn't really matter. Is having the punch great? Yes, I love it. But I also don't mind making my own little crude holes. Okay, so for one of the things that I am very excited about and looking forward to doing is to making my cards stack this way so that I can have these fun little edges and fun borders, and you'll be able to see the colors and you'll be able to see the sort of gradation and the different sizes as they go back. And I know many of you have these imprint pads, and these are just super fantastic for creating these borders. Okay, so let's see here. Let's do that one. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a strip, or well, it's not a strip. I just have some extra cardstock here, or this is I think this is actually like yeah, this is 140-pound hot press watercolor paper, so it's, you know, nice and hefty, has a good weight to it. Yeah, I think I do want to use my acrylic paints. And of course, I'm just going to grab a scrap buddy. Maxie Moon, it's okay. I hope you're having a great day. And, you know, I honestly wasn't even thinking you were going to be here today because I know it's your birthday week and you're already off celebrating. So thanks for coming here, honey. Yeah, Catherine says, I have a handheld single square hole punch, but the square is too dang small. Yeah, same here. I have the same punch, and I was actually thinking that it was going to work, but it did not. So I'm just getting a little of my favorite fluorescent pink heavy body acrylic, and I'm just going to smush some on here using my scrap buddy. And of course, you know, it's really fun if you want to do gradients, or you can also do something like just take, oh goodness, let's take just a little bit of let's use some of my Moon Glow Extra Bright Neon ink. Ugh, doesn't want to come out. I feel sometimes like a mad scientist. Estrella. Rini, I definitely will, honey. Definitely. Just send me a private message. I will definitely send you a couple of those cards. I have plenty. I'm just smushing down a little bit of the neon yellow first, and then yes, thank you, Diana. We are offering a special this week. Woohoo, look at how pretty. Yes, Happy 23 is the code. So if you would like to receive a Happy New Year discount from ArtFoamies for 23% off your order, yes, take advantage this weekend. That is actually, you know, one of our better discounts. We try to do something fun and special for New Year's every year. So we won't be able to do it when it's the year 2045, right? All right, so now I'm just going to cut this off, and I'm going to end up cutting most of it out anyway, but I have myself a real nice little border here. I guess one of the things that I love about the whole concept of doing the Rolodex art is that, you know, you're not really constricted to the size, even though you're just working on these small little 3x5 cards. You can really go upwards. The other thing that's fun to do if you do want to do the backside, you know, maybe I do that now before you know, before I glue it on and everything. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, let me pull out another color just for fun. Let's do a little manganese blue. Thank you, Patty. Thank you so much. Yes, Patty Hodder says, please, or her weekly reminder to smash the like button. Yeah, give me some likes, and it really helps our channel to grow. So I really appreciate that. Super fun, right? So now I have a two-sided piece, and it might be a little wonky because it's not going to be lined up perfectly when I go to cut it. Actually, it's kind of funny, but it lined up much better. You can almost see through that much better than I anticipated. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it out now and give it that little fun scalloped edge. All right, and of course it's a little bit too long, obviously, so I can, you know, hold it there and make sure to place it where I want it. I love that it's cutting off right at a great spot, so I can just trim this right off. And it fits fantastic right on there. Look how cute. Now it's great on both sides. And, you know, of course, if you want to finish decorating this, so easy with these imprint pads, okay? I'm going to just take, whatever. I'm just going to take some of these colors that I have here on my table, a little of my Moon Glow neon dye inks, and I'm just going to, and I'm sorry, I know my stamp's really dirty and grungy. I wasn't I wasn't planning on using this one. It just sort of happened. So, but the fun thing about this is that I'm going to get just a really nice sort of light little, you know, I don't know what to say about this, a light little coloration. So it's not going to steal the show, so to speak. I don't know if that makes sense, but do you see it's not going to stand out so much? I can still write my contact information on there, or, you know, or whatever. I can still make art on here, and it's not going to take away anything, right? And then I can turn this over and do the other side. Let me do it with sort of corresponding colors to this. So let's do this, and we'll do a little pink. I don't know how many of you know how much I love these, but I adore these imprint pads so much. I use them so much. I had no idea I would love them as much as I do. The name of this one is Scribbles, and they're all under me, KP, and they're imprint pads. They're all 6x8, and they have a variety of different, you know, some of them have these linear sort of borders. Some are more in quadrants, but they work beautifully together. And I just, I've been having so much fun with them. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. I'm going to do it this way, I think. Yeah, just a little of my white glue right across the top. Of course, if you have a tape runner or something like that, that's fantastic. Me, I'm just a glue and a finger person. Oh, thank you so much. Barb Owen is here. Thank you so much. Yes, nice to see you. Yeah, it is something that I really just developed this year. Well, no, not this year. Late last year. And I call them imprint pads, and they are so much fun. I have done so many different things with them. Really excited. Anyway, there is my Rolodex card ready for my contact information, or my pick. You know, you can put, the nice thing about these, you could scrapbook on these. I could take my little Canon mini Ivy printer and print small photographs. You can definitely collage on these, whatever you want to do, send them to a friend, but definitely whatever you do, start yourself an artsy Rolodex. All right, and let's turn this over. I think this will look cute with the pink there. And look how nice that you're getting those layers, right? Super fun. And I can always turn it this way if I like, maybe I like the blue better. Just, nope, it goes better in the middle. So there you have it. And so speaking of imprint pads, I am going to show you one more thing, just sort of as it, you know, since we're talking about the imprint pads, and I did a little demo. I don't know how many of you had a chance to see. I did a little sort of a time-lapse video where I created this piece of art, and I'm super excited about it, super happy with it. And this again is an imprint pad on this mat. Okay, so a really fun idea, and this is what we're going to do tonight in our after party. We're going to make some of these because I did end up doing a little series. I'm super excited about this whole sort of technique and concept of creating a piece of art and then creating a mat sort of to go with it. So if you get your hands on some pre-cut mats, you can definitely art them up with your ArtFoamies. Of course, any ArtFoamies. It does not have to be an imprint pad, Okay, and this one is the Dots of Dashes, which is one of my all-time favorites. Okay, of course, it does not have to be with these. You can decorate your, or art up or get Mickey with your pre-cut mats with any of your art foamies, but the imprint pads just make it chef's kiss. So easy. Turn off, let's see, I'm trying to see, turn off hem sideways, and it's a whole different stamp. I'm confused about that, but let's see. Carissa says, I have a small Rolodex I use to save my passwords. That would be amazing, Carissa, to have your passwords and you could have them all artsy too. I never thought of that. Yay, Diana, good. Which one did you get? Yes, Barb, they're just an art foamy. They're still an art foamy. It's just the way that I use them is a little bit different. Okay. Because, one of the great things here, I'll do a little demo for you before we get going. Something a little bit different. But so yes, it is the same thing. And definitely, you could, of course, do a similar thing with a rubber stamp. I mean, anything that's large enough and that will give you, quadrants of design. So, you can do this with a stencil. This was just something I created because I actually wanted like a lot of borders and some backgrounds all on one sheet that I could utilize. Honestly, I don't think that until I did it this way, I realized how amazing it was going to work out. Okay. So I'm just going to demonstrate it to you for those of you who have not seen it. I'm just going to get a piece of printmaking paper. Right now I'm also just going to use, excuse me, my ink pads. Of course, you can use your, it's fantastic with acrylic paint, even with watercolor. Now with watercolor, you probably want to not work real wet, and you would not want to work with printmaking paper. You'd want to work with something a little more absorbent, or, like a watercolor paper. But I'm just going to do it with inks. Again, my stamp might be a little bit dirty, so I don't know if I'm going to get the best colors, but we're gonna go for it anyway. And some of my inks too are not maybe the juiciest, but it's okay. You'll get the idea. So Carissa says, can't any art foaming be an imprint pad? They can, but they're not going to work the same way, Carissa, because every art foamy is not necessarily carved out. Does that make sense? Some are more image, like they're like this art foamy is not going to make a good imprint pad, right? Something that has more raised up stuff like this too it will do it, but it has to do with the size and also the fact that I carved pretty much everything out. I don't know if that makes sense. Some stuff could be raised up, but I don't know. It's just, but technically sort of, yes. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm just going to ink up my splotches here using whatever various colors. I'm actually just using 3 colors right now. I'm using my Sunshine Yellow, my Pink Crush, and my Blue Moon. And they're great because they mix together and make really wonderful colors. So I'm just going to go for it and pretty much use just the same 3 colors. And again, let them sort of mix together. All right, so there you have it. Of course, now I can print this in its entirety. Okay, I'm gonna show it to you just printed all together, so you can see what it looks like first. Okay. Ta-da, beautiful. And again, I didn't get the best color, but all right, so now I should still have a decent amount of color there. I will reapply a little bit. Kind of quickly. And then these inks in particular, okay, if you use alcohol inks or these Moon Glow inks, rubbing alcohol will sort of reactivate that. So I will get some really beautiful colors if I, and a little bit more vibrancy if I do spritz it up with some rubbing alcohol. And so for this one, I'm just going to do some different pressings this way. And just keep letting it overlap, okay? What I like to do is turn it over and just sort of see where I'm at, where it needs to be filled in, you know, and maybe even what color I might want it to be right there. So I said, oh, I want yellow X's and O's right there. Maybe I want some more pink X's and O's right here, okay? So I sort of just... Okay, maybe now I want these little spirals and I want them to go across right here, okay? And maybe here I need it filled in a little more with some stars. Anyway, super fun, super great results when you really have time to just sit, load it up with your favorite colors. Works great also with a gel press plate in conjunction with, okay, but you are getting this sort of very, so almost stencily, almost gel printed look that I really love. And again, you can get multiple stampings off this. And again, my inks were not the juiciest. So, you know, forgive me for that, but you can continue to load this up. And of course, if you need more ink or whatever, then you can let this dry, load it back up, and then just continue to smush. This is great also for those of you who have enjoyed the strip club and doing different things with your strips of art. This is great for that. Plus, it's just therapeutic. Anyway, yes, thank you so much. Ellen, thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Thank you. It's really so nice about the ArtFoamies that they are really so user-friendly, literally with pretty much any media, you know. So anyway, if anybody has any other thoughts or questions, let me know. Yes, you can use the Derwent art sticks as well. For sure. Let's just do one really quick so you can see that. Now, you know, I do have, well, you know what? Let me pull this one out. This is one of my favorites. And I will tell you, it does have a little bit of acrylic on there. I'm also, instead of using the big piece of paper, I am going to pull out a small piece of printmaking paper. I just want you to be able to see this one. Super fun. Also, again, if you do have some ink down, you know, on your paper first, it's kind of fun because it's going to show through, okay? I didn't do very well on that, but you'll get the idea. All right, so here, let's go ahead and, well, let's see, here's a Derwent stick in a dark, I don't know, purpley blue. Okay, and then here is my Lyra graphite stick, okay? So kind of some fun colors. This is one of my all-time favorites. I'm super excited about it. I've made so many, I don't know, just really fun pieces using the stamp, and so I'm really excited about it. Actually, if you saw this piece of art, that's what this one is. All right, my friends, I want to say thank you so much for joining us. All of your names have been written down by Mr. Moon. We are going to be doing a random drawing for our demo pack. Okay. So let's see. Sue says, why spritz with alcohol and not water? So water, I would spritz with water if I'm using a water soluble. This is water, and I would spritz with water if I'm using a water soluble product like the Derwent or like my watercolors. I will use alcohol if I am using an alcohol ink, or in this case, the Moon Glow inks do activate with alcohol. So that's the difference between the two, or why I would do one instead of another. All right. So thank you so much. So for those of you who are going to join me for our after party, I hope that you were able to find the link on Patreon. I am going to share my link as well. Keep in mind that you can join for as little as $5 per month and get daily heart. So let's see. I'm going to post the link, and that way you can come on over. If you're already a patron, then you can go on over there and get the Zoom link. And if you are not, then I'll see you next week. Anyway, thanks for coming to ArtFoamies Fun Friday. I hope you have fun as always. I really appreciate you being here, and love you to the moon and back. And you know the deal. Stay safe, stay sane, and stay makey. And I will see you next week. And for those of you who are coming to the after party, find that link and come on over. It'll start at 5. Bernadette, I will message you. Okay. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great night and a great weekend. Oh, and I forgot to tell you all, Mom, I just wanted to share my good news that my daughter is home from Japan. She got home last night. So if I seem a little tired, I actually am. I stayed up till 1 in the morning, which I literally never do. So anyway, thanks again. See you next week. Bye, everyone. Happy New Year.